if you went ahead and gave him some, you might still have some hits on the radio.
I mean,
well,
I don't know about that.
When Kendrick emerged, I saw like it was like the passing of a reins of sorts of like, this is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Felt like that.
Is Tyler that moving forward? Do we really have somebody that could be that moving forward?
Tyler is actually would be considered.
Tyler should be passing this.
Kendrick and them. No,
Tyler
honestly.
should be passing the torch to somebody else right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
I don't think he's hit it yet. Though.
He hasn't, but like age wise and
for how long?
For as long as he's been a part of the culture, he's really at the same with J. Cole and Kendrick. Essentially,
I think he got there later though, and I don't know if I attach an age to it though.
I agree with. I think I agree with Lone, because if you notice when we talked about the top tier, I told you he had number one. I said he's in the neighborhood, he's in the area.
Right.
I don't think
he's ascending.
He's ascending.
He's still doing that.
He's definitely still ascending. I think. Yeah.
I wouldn't look at Tyler as
because his rap radio
being in a torchbearer position. I don't see him as that.
No.
But Kendrick is definitely
for sure
that guy. The question is, to your point, is like, okay, if it's not Tyler, because now he's closer to being somewhat of a peer, then it's like, okay, so where does
he is a peer at this point?
Okay, I ain't gonna disrespect him. He is a peer at this point. All right, so there's still levels to it, but I'm with you. I'm not gonna argue that. But that's a good question. It's like, okay, so what's next? Like, who is it? Because Kendrick did feel like that. It felt like, especially with the game and all those guys kind of anointing him on stage. I remember that moment.
Yeah, with Snoop, and they was like, this is our next guy. He's going to carry the West Coast.
That's one of the
that
things.
Paid dividends. Like, that actually held weight. And I think it goes into the concept of what Lone is talking about 100%, because it felt like that.
He backed it up too, though.
And he backed it up.
And unfortunately, New York is trying to do the same thing, but they haven't had an artist that they could really, that's showing and proving, so to speak. They just get blips or flashes in the pan, and they try to push the one that's doing it right now, but unfortunately they're not. You know what I'm saying? Gaining that same type of steam.
He could have been that one.
Man, I didn't even know Pop Smoke until after he passed.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how big the New York, if you want to call it New York, I guess they call it the New York drill scene. I didn't realize it was like that till after he passed, and I went back and did my homework. So I'm not gonna cap and say I was a Pop Smoke fan. He was definitely going in that right direction.
Rising before he died. Like, I ain't about to sit up here and say him dying is what propelled him.
Right.
Because I felt the wave. I was even out places and people were like, hey man, you got some Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I didn't really know who it was.
I was asleep.
And then I start kind of figuring it out. And then as soon as I'm figuring it out, I'm starting to see a whole lot of his buzz online and things like that. Then all of a sudden he was gone.
Bam definitely had a wave that I was not aware of. So I agree with you on that 100%. He could have been Daymore. He was definitely going in that direction.
You know, the only people out of New York right now to me is Lola Brooke.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice could do it. I don't know, just because
Ice Spice can't
has a
do
wave,
it.
but
she's so mid, man.
She's not going to do it.
But to me, it's going to be Lola Brooke or Scarlett.
How would it go?
Lola Brooke or Scarlett.
Ice Spice better hold that bread.
I can see Scarlett.
Ice Spice better hold that bread, and I hope she does. Keep the bread, because the wave is there.
Money, because she's featured on a track with Nicki Minaj for the Barbie movie.
But you know what's crazy?
Keep
that
your bread.
song ain't doing nothing.
Nah, it ain't.
That's all right though.
It might when the movie come out though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, she could get a publishing, but I'm like, this is the thing, like, you know, and of course people are gonna be mad because like I've tried to like see if maybe I'm just missing something, because like Nicki got a joint out right now. And I really like the song she had with Lil Baby Bustin', but her records like do not move the crowd. She does great streaming numbers, but like Brother to the Nights, he's in the chat right now. On Friday nights, nobody asks for these new Nicki records.
Nah.
And you know, and
it's
honestly,
not our region.
But you know what? Nobody asked for the Ice Spice records either.
Right.
But you know who else they don't ask for? You know who else is ice cold You know who else is ice cold right now? Is girl from Houston. It's
Megan.
Megan.
Did she step away? She stepped away for a little bit, right?
She put out a record. You know, her records are ice cold right now. You know, right now the Glorilla is unstoppable.
Yeah,
but them Megan songs that have been put out the last
beat,
they have been dead on arrival.
I mean, but everything has a season, right? So
and I'm not saying like, because Megan could come back. Like, you know, maybe it was the trial, and she's trying to get off her last contract, and she just. When she put out I'm Her, people were like, no, you're not.
But Nicki is an OG now, right? So
I think Nicki would do better to stop trying to keep up with these young girls and to do her own thing. Yeah, you know, because she's. It's just like Jay-Z wasn't trying to keep up with nobody when he put out 4-4. Even when he put out the Blueprint, that was so divergent. That wasn't anything close to, you know, because that was Lil Jon's time. And he did a album that had didn't sound nothing like Lil.
Production, topic, subject matter, all that was the total opposite.
Nicki's in that space right now. You know,
I think she could do it. I think she could do it if she just did a
spent enough time around Drake, man. You literally came up under the guy that has the formula.
True.
And if you had went ahead and gave him some, you might still have some hits on the radio.
I mean, well, I don't know about that.
I'm just talking. I'm just talking.
But
this whole conversation is like, who cares?